What's going on, Epic Army? Radical Edward for Less Than Epic here, and unless you've been living under a rock, you've already heard that Hero 29 Ashe was announced at BlizzCon. Through all of the streaming and social media posts, we've been able to piece together exactly how her kit works, and today we're going to be breaking down and discussing how we think Ashe fits into Overwatch. So in total, Blizzard released 2 intro videos for Ashe and also an animated short for McCree, which is where Ashe made her debut. Beyond those videos, we've received gameplay straight from streamers on the BlizzCon floor, as well as screenshots from users on Twitter. We don't have any exact damage, ult charge rates, or any other numbers yet, so bear that in mind for the rest of this video. With all of these resources in hand, let's get an overview of Ashe's kit. Starting at the top, the Viper. This is Ashe's 30-30 Winchester-like lever-action rifle. Noteworthy aspects of the Viper include hipfire, which results in a loss of accuracy but increase in rate of fire, zoom mode, which results in what looks to be a 2x zoom, and 100% precision firing, but also a decrease in fire rate. Unlike another famous sniper in Overwatch, Ashe still seems to suffer from damage falloff like all other hit scans. However, Ashe's primary fire while zoomed is still very effective at mid to long ranges. Moving on, let's check out Ashe's Dynamite. Her Dynamite is on a 10-second cooldown and can be lobbed at both short and long ranges. After a short timer, the Dynamite explodes, causing a burst of damage in a medium-sized radius, with damage fall off to 0 at the edge of that radius. Anyone caught in the Dynamite's radius will suffer additional burn damage over time, with roughly the same duration as Widowmaker's Poison Mine. Finally, the Dynamite can be shot by Ashe and will detonate immediately, and, most importantly, looks to do bonus damage to armor. On to the third part of Ashe's kit, let's check out her Coach Gun. I don't know if any of you have ever fired a Coach Gun before, but these things have quite the kick. Fitting then that Ashe's Coach Gun provides her kit with some crowd control as well as mobility. Coach Gun is on a 10-second cooldown, and in the simplest terms possible, Ashe's Coach Gun behaves similarly to Pharah's Concussive Blast, knocking away enemies and Ashe from the blast zone. It's also worth noting that Ashe's Coach Gun doesn't affect teammates, and that the blast is quite heavy, allowing her to reach pretty much any high ground, save for some of the highest places that only Winston, Pharah, and Widowmaker can reach. The final part of Ashe's kit is her ultimate, B.O.B, or Bob if you will. Bob, when summoned, rushes forward from Ashe's position until he hits something or reaches a maximum distance. On arrival, he will crowd control any enemy hero he contacts straight up into the air, and then fire upon them until he is dead or times out. Bob has 1200 life and does a considerable amount of damage while firing at what seems to be the nearest enemy hero to him. There you have it, folks. While part of Ashe's kit might feel familiar to other heroes such as McCree or Hanzo, I would say her kit is unique enough to stand on its own. Here are some general notes I have on Ashe's kit and how I think it will be utilized in the meta. First and foremost, Ashe's kit looks to be one of the most mechanically demanding kits Overwatch has received in a while, and that's refreshing to be honest. Her kit also adds 2 new CC abilities, her Coach Gun and Bob. This will likely not be well received by players in an already oversaturated crowd control meta. Her ult Bob also provides massive space denial in a similar but definitely different way to Mei's wall ability, which makes Ashe fairly unique as far as DPS are concerned. It's safe to say that in the right hands, this kit has the potential to be meta-changing. From a pure DPS standpoint, Ashe is going to fill similar roles to Hanzo, Soldier, and McCree, in that order. I know her lore makes it seem like she is basically another McCree, but really she is going to be more effective at longer and shorter ranges than McCree is. McCree basically dominates at mid-ranges, but he can actually be overpowered quite easily at short and long ranges. That's not the whole story for Ashe, however. Ashe has incredible potential for mobility. maybe even more so than Hanzo if you consider that she doesn't need walls for part of her mobility kit. With as much mobility as Ashe has, as well as her dynamite ability, I actually think she is hands down going to be a terrifying micro-flanking assassin. She isn't going to fill the same assassin roles as Tracer or Genji do, however, she will likely outperform McCree and Hanzo in the micro-flank game. Watch out for that. It's not just flanks, however. In the same way that McCree and Hanzo's kits reward great mechanical skill, so too will Ashe's. And on that front, she is going to be nearly as good of an answer to Pharah as Widowmaker is. Finally, the wild card of CC and space denial, Bob. As if Ashe's kit wasn't well-rounded enough with mechanical tech, Blizzard decided she also needed CC and space denial. I think this is Blizzard's attempt to take a massive steaming pile of CC on Goat's comp. However, I think the ult also has the potential to create Goat's spin-offs, given how crazy of an engage Bob is. No longer do you need Reinhardt to just charge through the enemy lines. Now you can just have Bob do it for you. And that doesn't just work for Goat's spin-offs, obviously. Having an ultimate from a DPS that acts as basically a massive Reinhardt and CC engage, I mean, you can create tons of different comps with that, and I'm sure we will see many new comps with Ashe spin-off in the weeks to come. Anyway, that's going to do it for this first look at the kit of Ashe, Overwatch's 29th hero. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out and lets us know that you like the content. This has been Radical Edward for Less Than Epic, signing out.